Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of Watch Me Work. Today I'm going to be going over my vision and my plan for our website. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys all of the sketches that I created for each page of our website. And then what I've created for you this week is kind of like a website vision and goal planner. So this is kind of how I did it for myself. I'm very analog in the way that I think. So all of these things I'm going to be showing you guys are all handwritten in my sketchbook. So the first thing that I thought about was the most important aspects of our website. So because we have two different audiences that we're trying to cater to, which is small business owners that we want to go to our creative agency, or freelancers and service-based business owners that we want to use our resources in our workshops. So there's two different people. For our agency, I think the number one most important thing was credibility. Basically, if someone wants to hire us, we need to be credible for them to want to pay us money to trust them with all of their creative projects. So I think the best way to do that is to have a lot of client testimonials, and we have a couple client testimonial videos that we were able to get from our clients. So I'm probably going to edit some of those videos and put them on our website because I think it'll be really beneficial to have a video of one of our clients talking about the work we've done. And then also kind of share places we've been featured. So featured media or like brands we've worked with. And you'll see this when I show you the homepage or what I'm talking about. But we've been featured on different websites and have written different articles in different places. So I think kind of sharing that gives us more credibility as well. And then another important aspect for the freelancers and service-based business owners is being a leader or a teacher. So kind of giving off the impression that we are going to help them and inspire them and give them valuable resources. So using those two things in mind for those two audiences was important for me to think about. Pretty much just things I want to keep in mind as I design all of the pages. And then what I thought about is I listed our audience out, so the two different people, and then I made goals for each audience here. So the goal for the freelance audience is to create a sustainable service-based business that fuels their adventures and gives them more freedom. So the main goal for them is to find resources and valuable, helpful tips to help them create a sustainable business that will allow them to travel full-time. And then the goals for our small business owners is we'll help them bring their vision to life and help them shine as their best selves to reach their goals faster. And then up here, I kind of wrote down our brand values, so things that are important to us. I like to keep those values in mind when I'm designing our website because it helps me think about kind of the wording to use or what kind of pictures to use or what kind of illustrations to create. And then another thing I thought about when I was making plans and goals for a website are opt-ins. So opt-ins are things that people create to get you to sign up for your email list because an email list is a really great way to build connections with people on a deeper level rather than social media. It's good to build that trust with your audience and make them want to be on your email list and not like want to delete all your emails that you send them. So I tried to think of some opt-in ideas for the two audiences. And then I also, at the very bottom, kind of like listed out all of the brand keywords for our brand or like kind of like things about us. So we love Star Wars, we love Lord of the Rings, we love nerdy stuff. We were trying to be very inspiring, so I wrote down words that kind of like you think of when you're being inspired, like you're glowing I thought of like Star Wars and using the Force and being magnetic, which to me means kind of like attracting people to you. I also wrote about like stars, moons, planets, space, earth, mountains. So those words kind of help me, I guess, think of like what copy I'm going to use and how I'm going to kind of design everything. That is my plan for the website. And then from there, I'm very analog. If you guys can't tell, I took pictures of my sketchbook for this, but I pretty much listed out like 5 of the most important pages and kind of like broke down everything that I wanted in each page. So this is the home page. And for each thing, I thought about kind of like the main goal of each page. So the goal for the homepage is to get the two audiences to understand how we help them. I thought of like this sentence that kind of feels like it fits both audiences, but it says, be magnetic, make your mark, fuel your adventures. And I feel like that can apply to both of the audiences. Because we have two audiences, I was having a hard time thinking about like, how do I make our homepage not confusing and overwhelming to somebody, especially if there's two different people coming to our site. So what I decided was to split the audience in two and kind of have it be choose your own adventure. So the first one would be freelancers on the left, and then the other one would be, small business owners on the right. And each of those would click to a specific homepage for that audience. So I feel like that was a good way to kind of break it up. So pretty much how I did this was I just drew a big box, like the shape of a website, and then I used Post-it notes to write down like the different sections that I wanted on the website so that I could just move them around, like pick them up and stick them around, because after writing down all of my ideas, I felt like, some things needed to go first before others. But pretty much the homepage just needs to kind of lead people in the right direction, and then have, something about us, and then I also have like maybe our latest content. So I'll have like our latest videos or latest blog posts at the bottom. But most people, when they visit your homepage, don't really go down much further than like right here. So it's important to really kind of make that impact in the top half of the website. And then kind of like have the things that aren't as important towards the bottom. So that is what I was thinking. I also told you guys how I wanted to add more illustrations in the website, and these illustrations are really mediocre. Cody usually does all of our illustration work, but I had to kind of like sketch out what I was thinking. So I drew out kind of like a little fun mountain scenery sort of thing here. That's kind of like where the fun, quirky, inspiring thing comes into mind. And I wanted to have like mountains and stars and moons and trees, like all sorts of things that kind of relate to outdoors and traveling. It fits our audience and it fits our brand. But anyway, next page is our agency page. So if you click on our home page, it'll either have two different places for them to go. So the agency page is for small business owners. So these are the people who might need help kind of with their rebranding or their website, and they want to hire someone else to do it for them instead of kind of doing it all on their own. So the number one thing and goal for this page was to make it really easy to hire us. So clear buttons that say, let's work together, and then have that link to a form for them to fill out, or like schedule a phone call with you. Because that's the most important thing. They don't want to like search for how they're supposed to work with you. And then also our portfolio, I think, is really important to share. I was going to put like a portfolio image here, and then some more down here, just because I think people shop your portfolio. If you're a photographer or designer or anyone who creates anything visual, they're going to look at your portfolio and kind of visualize their own projects, like in the style of your work. One thing that's important for any sort of like page like this or portfolio, if you're trying to get clients, is to talk about the results that you get for your clients. So instead of being like, I'm a graphic designer, spark any interest, you could say, I help you look awesome and badass on the internet, or something like that. You're more focusing on the results that you get for your clients rather than like what you do, because most people don't really care about how you do it or what you do. They care mostly about what you can do for them and what results that they're going to get out of it. It's really good to share case studies or testimonials if you can. Testimonials are maybe just a little sentence or two, and a case study is like giving a detailed overview of the whole project and what you created for them. So that can be a good idea if you want to give people like a deep dive into your process and like what they can expect. So if people are talking about you, saying how great you are, then they're more likely to say yes. And then this one is going to kind of say like services that we offer and then the results that we get for our clients. So kind of like repeating the results or what we can do for you. And because we're a creative agency, we are listing just kind of like everything that we offer rather than having specific packages. We used to have specific packages. Back in the day, we used to do kind of just branding projects, but we do more than branding projects, so we kind of took away that like outlining of our specific packages that we do. So now, instead of people seeing all of our packages, people can just reach out to us and then we'll send them more details and a custom quote for their project, which is a little more work on our end, but our main focus isn't our agency. Like, we're trying to only work with maybe 1 or 2 clients a month, so it works for us. And then down here, I wanted to talk about kind of like our manifesto, maybe a little bit more about us, but I'm not really sure if that matters so much because we're going to have an about page on our website. So I might take that out. And then at the very bottom, I have like a section that's our template shop. So it'll say something like, not ready to make an investment. Here's some other options for you. So in the future, we're going to have like logo templates or branding templates for people who can't afford to hire us as a team. Then they can go to our template shop. I don't know if I want to have it this detailed. I might just have it be like one sentence. Then the next page is the work from wherever page. So that is the freelancers and service-based business owners section. So this is kind of their homepage. So if they're not looking to hire us at all for anything, and they're looking for more resources or things that will help them with their service-based business, then this is the page they're going to go to. I wanted to kind of like paint the picture for the audience. So again, with the results, like telling people about the results you'll get them right off the bat is the most important. And then I felt like the next most important thing was to talk about our freebies. So instead of trying to get people to buy our workshops and templates right away, we're going to give them value by offering freebies. So we have a free Facebook group where we try to connect freelancers and digital nomads. And then we also have I'm working on creating a free course for people who are just getting started with their freelancing career. And then maybe like a checklist. So a service-based business owner checklist, like things that you need to get done to have an awesome service-based business. And then from there, they're going to scroll down, and this is going to be kind of like an ad or like a sign up for the waitlist for my 3-month program called Work From Wherever Academy. So this is going to be like a very in-depth course/program for people to sign up for. I wanted Cody to make a really fun illustration here just to kind of like be eye-catching and get people's attention because it's just a wait list. So I feel like it needs to be eye-catching because you want to get people's attention. Tell them about the thing you're making. So yeah, I guess I'll tell you guys about what this is. So I'm going to be making a 3-month program that helps you get your freelance business up and running and attracting more clients so that you can make a more consistent income. So we're going to be talking about like web design, branding, your client processes, and money mindset, and kind of how to create more money in your freelancing business so that you can have more freedom to actually travel. Program where we kind of work together as a group, and each month is going to be a different theme. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be sharing more about this with you guys in the next couple weeks, but just thought I'd get you a brief overview. But anyway, below that, I'm going to have a little about area. So I'm going to just kind of talk about my story and how I got to where I am today, and try to relate to people on a personal level. But I'm not going to try to go into too much detail about my story. I don't want to bore people talking about myself. So I'm going to try to talk about myself a little bit, but then incorporate more about like them into this story, and be relatable. And then probably have it linked to like our free resources or our shop. And at the very bottom, I'm going to have a link to our podcast, which I haven't started yet, but in the future, I'm going to be creating a podcast. So I'm just kind of preparing for that moment and kind of visualizing what it will look like on our website. All right, so the next page is our about page. So I feel like about pages are not very like people don't seem to put that much consideration into them, and they just have it be very brief. But I think about pages are really important because you can kind of connect with people on a deeper level and give them more details about who you are. And a lot of the times I won't ever hire someone or buy from them unless I feel like I really connect to them on a certain level. So it can be a good idea to kind of share your story and your values, and then maybe even talk about funny little facts or things to know about you. So I was thinking down here of creating little icons of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and snowboarding and all the kind of things that Cody and I do, because we feel like people relate to you when they kind of have something to connect with. So I think that's really important. And then I also, I've never really put this on our website before because, I don't know, I just haven't yet, but I wanted to share something about the name of our brand, Dynamo Ultima, because I feel like it's kind of a unique name and people don't really understand what it is. So I'm going to kind of give a definition of Dynamo Ultima, which I thought would be kind of fun. And then I'll talk about our mission, and at the very bottom it'll have a call to action that gives people the two choose your adventure path. So it'll be freelancers or service-based business owners, freelancers or small business owners. So then it'll also still have the two paths. Because it's important for every page of your website to have kind of an end goal. You want people to go to the next thing instead of just clicking out or feeling confused about what steps to take next. So anyway, that is everything I have kind of laid out for our website. And now that I've done this, it gives me a better idea for next week when I'm going to be talking about creating all the copy and the content for our website. So now I kind of have an idea of where things are going to go. So I think this is important to kind of sketch out your ideas for each page, because going into your website blindly and not really knowing what type of content to put on your website or where to put any copy is going to make it a little more difficult. So it's good to lay out kind of everything you're thinking of. And that is about it for this week. Next week, I'm going to kind of go through the copy and content of each page and show you guys how I break that down into more detail. So make sure you stay tuned.